Guys, we're back inside of Helldivers 2 and it's looking pretty spicy, mainly because we've managed to finish the major order and we've got some new stuff coming in. We're going to take a look at a few complaints coming from you guys over online with regards to some of the stuff going on at the minute, and we've got a spicy leak and an amazing looking cinematic at the end of the video. So with that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, check out our sponsor, Control Freak, the #1 in controller gaming aiming. That's right, we made it rhyme. But not only that, if you guys head down to the description right now, click the link and use code CloudPlayers at checkout, it'll get you a cheeky 12% discount. Yeah, it's much better than 10. But nonetheless, we're going to dive on in for some Helldivers news. I catch my plane in about 3 hours, so I am in a bloody rush to make sure we get this thing up for you before we head off. Which does mean, though, we'll be back at general schedule very, very soon. Anywho, moving on, we have just completed the major order, so that is now done. There was no issues with that one by the looks of it, and Marfark had absolutely no hope. Although, our next one right now is to commend for a defend operation in Estanu until we get the next major order. Right now is 23 hours and 20 minutes at the point of recording left on this defend operation, and we've only got 15,000 Helldivers in there. Everyone else seems to be split over Martel and Fori Prime, although Fori Prime is at a 98 liberation, so it's due to be finished very soon. So hopefully Estanu will take the liberators and Helldivers that it needs. So with that being said, let's dive on into some of the stuff you guys have been talking about on Reddit. It does seem that there has been some really big niggly moments by the sounds of it. It does seem that there's not been some happy bunnies inside of the game with regards to what it is that we've got right now. Not too sure how to take it. One of the biggest complaints as to right now is with regards to the Thermite. Now, there has been a Reddit post posted up with nearly 10,000 upvotes. It states right here, Thermite summarized. When we take a look at what it states, it says, makes charge as easy as pie for a noob like myself. Maybe doesn't do that much damage on its own, but pair it with an EAT or a Quasar and it's easy fight. Now, this one is a little bit of a skeptical one because I know full well against a charger, if you guys are using an EAT or a Quasar anyway, it means that they should just go down in one shot if you hit them in the head. So I'm not too sure as to what this actually does. But nonetheless, the Thermite grenades were something that we knew were going to be a little bit weak lined. And people are not too happy about it. Apparently, it doesn't do enough damage for what it's utilized for. Somebody threw 3 of them at a charger and expected it to take them out. Some people are even expecting you to be able to throw 1 down on a grenade tank and take that tank out with 1 Thermite grenade. Not extremely realistic, although I understand the concept. But nonetheless, they could do with a little bit of a buff at some stage or another to make it a bit more of a viable option as far as the grenade usage. The grenades are all pretty weak, so you generally tend not to switch them that often. But neither here nor there, that's just a little niggle point. Although one thing I definitely do agree on is this next post right here that states, can we please get an effing audio for heavy enemies walking, especially Hulks? You can hear a charger charging, but a 50-ton bot is silent like a fart in the wind. Now, there is obviously a extremely large sort of post towards this one, of which if you want to, you can read about it, but the overall of this one right here is one bracketed sentence that states, the CEO keeps talking S on Twitter about how they want to pursue realistic scenarios in this game, and yet the basic effing laws of physics go out of the window. Apparently, sound doesn't travel when a 50-ton effing greasy, rusted, lumbering piece of S moves. What's he doing? Tiptoeing like a Looney Tunes villain until he gets in range. Now, he does have a solid point for this one. And I think if we're going to hold a basis of having some pride in the fact that it's as realistic as it possibly can be, considering we're fighting bugs and bots, this is a big one. I think this is something that a lot of people will niggle on. But as obviously, I don't know how it would sound too much when you got into the higher levels. I can imagine it would be pretty chaotic, having the factory striders tromping around and then having the overall Hulks stamping about and the tanks grinding over. I can imagine that the sound operation may be a little bit difficult, and I can completely appreciate that, but if we're going to pride ourselves on the realistic point of it, then this one makes a solid statement. Next up, though, we have got the Mechs. The Mechs have obviously been spoken about quite a lot over the last few days, as I think that people are getting a little bit annoyed with the fact that we don't really have much time to use them. And there is a detailed Reddit post right here with 3,500 upvotes agreed to it, stating that Mechs have been left in a broken state since the last fix. On a release, the mech was a lot of fun and felt powerful when it got cooled down, as it should, considering it's a longer cooldown and limited to 2 uses. Unfortunately, it was plagued by a weird hitbox bug that caused rockets to somehow blow itself up when returning, which was incredibly frustrating. He goes on to state quite a lot of other stuff inside of this. Like I said, you can then obviously read it, but when it states right here that as a result, rockets are no longer fire accurately and are difficult to aim precisely on targets within a certain distance. You have your crosshair lined up exactly on the target and the rocket will completely whiff. When you're aiming for small targets like charger heads, legs, or Bio-Titan head, this makes a huge difference. This is very frustrating considering the limited ammo on the rockets in the Mechs. Now, like I state, there is a lot more to this Reddit post, but if we read all of these out in full, we'll be here all day. You can check out all the source material via the description, but this one is exactly right. I think that the aiming on this thing is absolutely ridiculous. There is no straight level, there's no sort of like axis, so you can't actually turn to a full degree. You can't obviously shoot at a downwards degree, so shooting downhill is near enough non-possible with the rockets. It just seems that it has a bit of a downfall when it comes to this, but maybe the new mech that's due to be coming, which has got the 2 auto cannons on both sides, would be one that would be worth utilizing for the most part. Now we're going to get into an amazing cinematic piece and then we are in leak territory, but before we get into that, as per usual, we are giving away a copy of Helldivers 2, and if you've already got the game, don't panic, we're going to give you guys a money equivalent in super credits. But nonetheless, if you guys want to get your hands on that right now, head down to the comment section and put a super earth emoji in the comment section. That's right, just an earth emoji. You know what I mean. It's just a forceful saying. But pop the earth emoji down in the comment section below and we'll announce the winner this weekend in the community page and in the giveaway announcement page of the Discord, which we are 100 away from 11,000 members inside of that Discord right now. So make sure you get involved, click the link in the description, and make sure you put the earth emoji down in the comment section. Let's dive into the rest of the video. Now this one is a one that I just wanted to show you. This one looks absolutely incredible. That says, so when are you supposed to shoot drop ships? If you aim these right, this can be so damn cool. We obviously see the blip point in the middle, but the cinematic of this thing falling is just absolutely incredible. And you can watch it over and over and over again and you're never going to get bored of it. Just solely because the moment it gets hit and it just flies off, hits another airship, and that is just it, game over. It's just carnage from there on out. For me, it's definitely something worth looking at, as another one then blows up afterwards, and you just want to make sure that you take a Quasar with you. That's my be-all and end-all. A Quasar is now part of my solid loadout for most bot missions, solely because of things like this. The cinematics are just so bloody enjoyable. And we are going to move into leak territory right now, so if you guys are still here and don't want to get involved with it, this is the point in the video where you need to leave. That's right. Okay, we move past it. Okie dokie. Let's get into the leaked source material. So we have right here the Illuminate Warp Gate. This thing looks bloody amazing, and I cannot wait for the Illuminate to finally bless us with their presence on our screens. But this is the Illuminate Warp Gate. It will summon Illuminate until destroyed. It's essentially the same as the Bug Hole or Fabricator equivalents, and the effect was created by using a caustics texture found in the files with heavy modification, obviously, but the original mode was found by Dark 728. This thing looks mad, and the fact that this is going to be spawning in the Illuminate ads for us, it looks absolutely incredible. I love a good bug hole and I love a fabricator, but this just looks amazing. I don't quite know how this is going to work though, with you throwing a grenade into this. Maybe it's getting taken out in a different way, because essentially if it's a portal, you're throwing a grenade through to the other side to just blow up on the other side. There's not really anything else to format with it. So I don't actually know how that one's going to work. But let me know your guys' theories via the comment section below. This one is a very, very cool one, and I can't wait for these Illuminate to finally show their faces. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, we are smashing it, and I'm literally on my way back from Spain right now, so hopefully the upload should become a little bit more consistent and a little bit more regular and a lot more normal, but we may only have the one upload today. So thank you so much again for showing me all of your support that you have done since I've been away, and we're going to be diving back into it this weekend for some absolutely cracking Helldivers 2 videos. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate your faces. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the clouds.